Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar about SketchUp progeCAD tricks you need to know. We will talk a little bit about both of these programs. I am Dominic Ribic from CADglobal. We are a company that sells design software for construction and mechanical industries, focusing on our research and selling alternatives for these programs like let's say Autodesk, for example. They have AutoCAD. We have a great uh, program called progeCAD. It's very cheap. It's better in features. Today we will take a closer look at our two best-selling programs and show you why they are so popular. Okay, so let's move to our presentation. SketchUp is the only program we can't fully categorize as a CAD, since it's primarily used for 3D modeling rather than 2D drafting, although a 2D option is available and you can also blueprint prints using its layout feature. You can do blueprints in it, just not the same way like you do in a CAD program. It's a little bit different. I believe many of you already are familiar with SketchUp. So it has a simple and intuitive access. It's ideal for designing in any profession. It has an extensive, huge, popular object library. I think everybody's familiar with that. You can import and export very greatly in SketchUp. It's amazing how he handles huge files, um, and it's excellent in visualizations also. They have some improvements in this field this year. It has tons of free online educations. You can find thousands of videos online on SketchUp, and it has extensions for every field you work in. So pipes, architecture, structure, whatever you need, you have add-ons for it in SketchUp. When we look at pricing, this pricing is in euros. So SketchUp is one of the most cost-effective programs we offer. It has been on the market for a long time and no competitor can match it. However, unlike progeCAD, SketchUp does not offer perpetual licenses. Instead, it provides 1 year and 3 year subscription options. The studio version also includes V-Ray and a few interesting add-ons. This is the pricing for the SketchUp Pro and SketchUp Studio. Both of them are in 1 year on this chart. Now we will show you a few features in SketchUp. But firstly, let's see what's new. It has a faster graphics engine, ambient occlusion, advanced location settings. We will show them today. Ground mesh scanning also show them, and 3D scan functionality. Now 3D scan functionality is great, and we only heard the good things about it. But it is only available on iPads and the newer ones. So if you need some help with that, let us know. We will check if your iPad can do it or not. Let's go straight into SketchUp. Now, first things I'm gonna show are a few tips about drawing. Most of you maybe know these, maybe don't. Let's draw a rectangle, 10 by 10 meters. Okay, and now let's create a box, smaller box, put it inside a group, and now just extend it like, let's say 2 meters. 2 meters, there we go. Now I will use shortcuts on my keyboard for the whole length of this video in SketchUp. So if you don't use shortcuts, that's my first tip. Use them. They are great. They will add fluidity to your drawings. They will make you draw faster, much faster, and they are very easy to use. Like rectangle is R, move is M, scale is S. You can easily check them in the options file, or you can change them even if you already have some shortcuts on your keyboard for other software. You can change them also here in SketchUp, so they don't have to be the ones they are all that are in standard. Now if we move an object and click Control on our keyboards, you see we can copy you can create a copy of an object, and that's also for other objects that we can select. Now let's put it here, and if we type down divide bar and let's type in 10. Oh, let's do it again. We can then add multiple of these objects here. Divide 10. Here we go. We added 10 more of these boxes here, 10 more columns. Now we can also do this. This is Control Z and Control Y for redo and undo. Now we can also do this if you need a specific distance. Let's say we want a distance of 1 meter, correctly 1 meter. We can type in 1, press enter, type in a star for multiplying, and type in 10. Then we have 10 of these in 1 meter separations correctly. This is an amazing tool if you are doing some construction work, like for timber or roof construction. It really helps. Or let's say fencing. You can do them with multiple groups. If you select all of these and move them here, divide 10. There we go. Now we have like 121 of these. It's an amazing tool. Very easily we done this in like 2 steps only. Now let's go to the geolocation. It's a great feature they added up on it this year. If we click on add a location, but let's firstly draw something. Let's draw a little bit. Let's draw like a big box, building. Let's just draw some details on it, like this, and let's pull this in. There we go. A simple object. Now let's go into 3D locations. Why we draw this? Because we can see it here. As you can see, it will transfer it in our location view. Now we can add this as I'm located now in Zagreb, Croatia, the capital of Croatia. So this will automatically transfer me here in Zagreb. But you can do this all around the world. So you can type your address here or place it like this. You can also try rotate it. So if you didn't have watched out for the north side, you can rotate it here. Let's place it here and let's get geolocation. Now you can also select the map type. When you're selecting this geolocation, you can turn off your model so you can see it or not if you need it. And next up, you can select the space you want to add to your project. Do you wish it to be a 3D or 2D space? Do you wish it to add both? And the mesh density of the 3D space. Now the 3D space is somewhat accurate, somewhat not. I would not recommend going on high because the high settings of the mesh density will slow down your project, your model. And so you can select the map texture or street map or just satellite imagery. We will go with the satellite imagery. Resolution for the satellite imagery, you can set it to high because most of these images are a little bit blurry, so no sense to put it on low. Now let's import this, take a little bit, and let's close it. As you can see, there is our geolocation and our object. And you can edit the geolocation here in the tags. It's locked, so you need to right click and unlock it if you want to like cut it or use it. Now it's showing only 2D, but if you turn it off and turn on 3D, you can see all the contours of the landscape. Okay, now what if you want to like draw a landscape on your own? You don't want to import it. It's very easy in progeCAD. We will show you firstly how to do it from weird line contours, like if you have some kind of edges like this, and let's make it a little bit more difficult for our SketchUp. Let's do it like this and like this. There we go. This is quite difficult. Now if we want to connect all of these edges together, we just select them and select from contours. Now SketchUp will connect them all together with a somewhat flat, easily smooth surface. This feature is absolutely great. I use it very often when I do landscaping. It's a great option. Now if you don't have this contours option available, right click on any toolbar and click on sandbox. This is sandbox tools. And if you don't have the location, just add location. I recommend everybody to start using the large tool sets because they are more useful than the standard ones. Okay, what if we want to push it like in Blender or some software like that? We can do that even. We need to draw a mesh first. We have a tool for drawing meshes. It's right here. First we need to select the grid spacing, we select it on 1 meter. Want to go more detailed, select like a few centimeters. We'll draw like this and this. There we go, a huge mesh. Now, firstly explode it or enter it and then draw inside it because you need to select the individual boxes. I will explode it for now. Then go to smooth. Okay, I wrongly clicked here. Let's click on smooth. And now you can select the radius and just play around with this mesh of yours. Let's step in 5, so it's a bigger radius. And to do this in a CAD software, you really need tons of time. Like to do this, even like play with it like this, you will need tons of time to do this. You can even smooth it out. You can add like stamps from a building if you have a building above it. You can add the floor of that building to this landscape and cut it out for, let's say, a surface. Now we can also smooth this out. This is a little bit rigid, so we can smooth it out. How do we smooth it out? It's very easy. Just select it all, right click, soften and smooth edges. When you click on soften and smooth edges, you will have this tab here, which you can pull and pull, and you can see you can select the angles. If we go higher with the angles, the edges will be more smooth. As you can see, this is tons of smooth now, and this will become one surface. Now this is all just one surface. And I saw that lots of you don't know how to use the cut features of SketchUp, so I will show you also that. If we have the cut feature and we try to put it on top of here, you can see it goes everywhere. That's because it goes 90 degrees to the surface you select. Like, we don't want a cut like this. But it's easily maneuverable. If we click the arrow keys on our keyboard, like arrow key up, we'll lock it on the blueprint up side, and you can easily maneuver it now. Here we go. Okay, it also works with left and right, and this is quite useful. It's frustrating to use it like just to select the surface and cut it. If you don't know this feature, this is amazing. And that's about all we have for SketchUp for today. Do you have any questions about SketchUp's features, or maybe about SketchUp? Okay, none for now. Let's move on with our presentation then to progeCAD. So I'm sure you're already familiar with progeCAD. In the first year alone, it's nearly 6 times more cost effective than AutoCAD. And unlike AutoCAD Lite, which limits you to 2D and offers very few features, progeCAD provides a full AutoCAD experience with numerous enhancements. So it's basically like 95% like AutoCAD. You can use all files you drawn in AutoCAD in progeCAD, vice versa. Nobody will know the difference. It's a CAD software after all. You have BricsCAD, progeCAD, ZVCAD. They're all CAD softwares. progeCAD is the most cost-effective ones. we have. So what's new in progeCAD? We have dynamic blocks. You can even import dynamic blocks from AutoCAD and they will work correctly. Some of them won't, but they are quite complicated. I'll show you later. IFC import, export, speed improvements, AEC 3D tools, I will show you that also, and Revit import tool. Now IFC and Revit import, it's quite interesting. Even AutoCAD doesn't have this. Why is it interesting? Because Revit is an Autodesk software and AutoCAD is an Autodesk software. But progeCAD can import Revit, AutoCAD can't. That's quite funny. If we go about the new features, a little bit more detailed, new IntelliCAD engine is what makes the speed improvements we mentioned earlier. It's faster drawing, opening, overall improved functionality. It's maybe double the speed now, quite fast. Dynamic blocks, and also the new IntelliCAD engine opens up drawings that are made in AutoCAD faster than AutoCAD now. So there you go. It's even faster than AutoCAD and cheaper. Dynamic blocks supports for AutoCAD blocks, creating and editing blocks, setting parameters, which we will show you now. Now I won't go too much into detail about dynamic blocks. Let's go into this sample file. These are some simple dynamics blocks, but first let me show you this. If you ever drawn a dynamic block, you will know how to use these options. They are it's almost like you're drawing them in AutoCAD. A little bit different, but it has to be a little bit different. Like the visibility states is an amazing feature. I'll show you right now. We go to a door. This is a 2D blueprint door. We can just flip it around if you want. A screw which we can extend or make smaller. This one. And these 4 head screws are now all inside of one head screw. We can just select them by a drop-down menu. Also here, if you have multiple types of toilets, you can just tap the menu and select them. This is a side view, so we need a plan view. Here we go. Also for like parking spaces, you can extend them if they are a dynamic block. Very easy to use. Now we won't go too much into detail because there's tons to do about dynamic blocks, how to use them. Also, there are tons of tutorials online how to use them. Next, let's go into architecture. Let's just delete this and this. We will draw all of this in a couple of seconds. Now let's say we have a blueprint. This is a very simple blueprint. Very simple. It has tons of mistakes, like these little lines, but no matter. The thing that matters is that this is in scale. So if we select going to the IEC 3D architecture, which is an add-on you have in progeCAD, you gain it, but just having progeCAD, you can add in layers, levels, like let's just have floor 1 for now, and you can draw on it with walls, doors, openings, and it will automatically transform it into 3D. So here you can select the width of the wall, height of it, how you want to draw it on the right side, the left side, the center side. And then you can also change the style of it. If we go into here walls, you can see there are tons of different styles here. You can add on them. There are tons of different materials here. Also with doors, also with openings and such. Now let's draw this building. It's quite easy. Just click on walls and draw around it. We won't be too precise here, so I can save your time. There we go. And if we go into 3D by this box here or shift middle mouse click, you can see it has drawn the wall. And if you want to add doors, you can add them in 3D, 2D, whatever you want. Just select the wall and add the door. Simple as that. You can extend it. can extend it like this. Also here in 3D, you can edit it also in 3D, so not just stuck in blueprint mode. Also, it transforms the view. As soon as you go into 3D mode, it cuts it differently so you can see it nicely. Okay. Also for windows, easy. Select door, well, the wall, click on it. There we go, we have a window. Now you can also edit in 3D, as I said. Let's raise the still height here, like this. It's very easy to use. You can add floors like this, roofs like this, stairs, and the great part about this is you don't have to manage the levels yourself anymore. You have a levels manager here. You can just click add, have a floor 2 now, and if we go here on the drop down menu, select floor 2, draw some more walls. You will see that these are now on level 2. There we go. And here we go, another level. You can hide these, you can play with the layers manager, levels manager. It's quite easy to use and quite fast, so if you need a 3D look about something, you need a section view, you can draw 3D and then create a section with these tools right here. Now let's do a section. Let's do one like this. Click enter and keep hidden lights. Okay, place it here. You can see this is a section of this building we drawn here in a few seconds. Now let's do like this. Enter, and let's not keep hidden lines this time, because if we do it, if we keep the hidden lines, we would see the window in the back here. Now we don't see the window, we see it just like we want to. I will show you how it will do it if we keep the hidden lines. Enter, keep hidden lines. Okay, yes, there we go. You can see the window and the crosses of these walls, the layers of these walls. While here we can only see the layers of the walls that are in the section. Do you have maybe any questions about progeCAD? Feel free to ask them in the chat or by voice. You are all unlocked to speak. And if you don't have any questions now, you can ask them after. I will show you the mail right now. So there are no questions. So thank you for your time. If you have if you can't remember any questions now and we want to answer them later, you can contact us at info@cadforafrica.co.za. Also our website, you can find progeCAD and SketchUp for best prices at cadforafrica.co.za. If you need any additional information, feel free to contact us via email or phone. The phone will be on our website. I have been Dominic Ribic, BIM advisor for CADglobal. Thank you once again for joining us, and I hope to see you next time. Bye everybody.